Hi, welcome to Storytime. My name is Debbie Pruett. Today's story is a nonfiction story. I am a shark. Let's get started. It is written by Camilla de la Badore. What are you? I'm a lady. What do I look like? Kind of older, medium tall, kind of grandma looking. But then we ask the shark, what are you? And he says, I am a shark. And here he comes. There he is. And he says, I am a shark. Sharks are fish. We are super swimmers. We have gills that allow us to breathe under the water. And on this page, there is a diagram talking about his dorsal fin, his gill slits, his mouth, his pectoral fin, and his tail fin. Some sharks are no bigger than your hand. Did you know the word gills means that fish don't have lungs? They breathe with their gills instead. Meet my family. Sharks belong to the same fish family as rays and skates. Rays have flat bodies and some fly through the sea. Skates have flat bodies and swim near the seabed. What do I eat? I like roast and carrots. I like mashed potatoes and meatloaf. Ice cream and cookies are pretty good too. What do you eat? Who did I ask? Who did I just ask? I think I asked Mr. Shark. What do you eat? I eat other animals. Most sharks feed on squid and fish and small sea creatures. Some even eat other sharks. Thank you. I have a joke for you. And he's going to help me tell the joke. This is another little puppet. It's a puppet just made on a clear screen. What does a shark like to eat with his ice cream? Jellyfish. We're going to talk about a seal. Why would a seal be in a shark story? Because a shark can make a giant leap. Great white sharks can leap out of the water and grab a seal. That's the way they eat. That's the way they catch their food. They open wide, these sharks. A basking shark feed on little teeny tiny creatures called plankton. They swim with their mouth wide open to catch them. And it's kind of like this. They use baleen. And it's kind of like a little filtering. And like when we cook, we use like a slotted spoon. And I don't want all the juice from my green beans. I just want the green beans. Just kind of like a shark only wants the plankton or the small fish. And so it lets all the ocean water go back out of his mouth and it keeps the food inside that he wants. Just like I keep all the green beans that I want and all that juice stays in my pan. Where do I live? I live in a house. In the front of my house, I have a road. Beside me, I have neighbors. Out my back, I have a deck and a fence. On the other side of the fence is a cow sometimes a boy on his four-wheeler. Where do you live? I live on coral reefs. There are a lot of other animals. Here and there, I can always find plenty of food down there. I have another joke for you. Here's my friend that's going to help on this one. It's another puppet that I made. Puppets can be very different. This one's made with a glove with a lot of little sharks. Why do sharks swim in the salt water? Because they don't like pepper. Pepper makes them sneeze. On the move. Blue sharks do not live in one place. They swim through the world's seas, looking for food and looking for mates. River swimmers. Most sharks live in the sea, but the bull sharks, they often swim into the rivers. So be careful. How fast do you swim? Well, I was pretty old when I learned how to swim. So I'm better than a dog paddling person, but I am not a very good Olympic swimmer for sure. I would say I am okay, kind of splashy, not too fast. How about you? I am super speedy. I am Mako, the fastest shark in the world. Are you now? Good for you. I have a joke. Let's see who's going to help me on this one. This is called another hand puppet. It's made just for children, so I can barely get my hand in. So he's just going to be able to nod his head. Where should you go? Are you listening? Where should you go to escape from a very bad-tempered shark? That means he's in a bad mood. He's angry. Are you ready? Do you know where you should go? You don't know? No? Okay. As far away as possible. Run! Run! A Greenland shark slowly does it. Greenland sharks live in the cold seas of the north. Most of them are blind and they swim at a very slow pace. Hitching a ride. Shark suckers are fish that hold on to other sharks. As those sharks swim, they're taken along for a free ride. Have you ever had a piggyback ride on an adult? That's fun. That's what these little shark suckers do. They get a free ride. What are my babies called? Back when I was a young mama, I had a baby, and a baby human being is called an infant. So my infant was named Rachel. What about you? Do you have a name for your babies? I sure do. My babies are called pups. Some sharks lay eggs, and an embryo grows inside. Every single egg. You want to learn a word? Please say embryo. An embryo is a baby that is growing inside of an egg or its mother. Getting together. In the spring, lots of hammerheads meet in the same part of the ocean. That is where they mate, and they mate there. Kind of like this little puppet with all these little sharks. If you look closely, I made some hammerhead sharks in there. And it's in the book as well. Giving birth. Not all sharks lay eggs. Some of them give birth to their live pups. And here you see a little baby being born. It still has a little bit of placenta hooked to it. And I have another joke. I turned this little beanie baby shark into a puppet. I put a little rubber finger on the bottom of his belly with a piece of tape. And now he is my finger puppet. Are you ready, Mr. Shark? Don't bite me. What is a shark's favorite day? Do you know? He doesn't know. Do you know? Tuesday. Oh, I get it. Tuesday, kind of like Tuesday. What do I look like? I told you that a while ago. I'm going to ask him, what do you look like? Not you. I've already asked you. I'm talking to the other shark. Let me go get him. I had to improvise. Dum, dum. Can you guess? He says, I look strange. I am the hammerhead shark. My strange head helps me to see very well. I have eyes on the sides of my head to help me see my prey. I eat fish, I eat squid, and I eat stingrays. One eye on each end of his hammer helps him to see very wide parts out on the edges. It's a little different than the white shark, isn't it? And in the book, there's a picture of the scalloped hammerhead shark. This book is very interesting with great pictures. Then there's a picture of a megamouth shark, and he's called Big Mouth. The megamouth shark has a huge mouth. During the day, it swims in the deep part of the dark part of the ocean, down deep in the sea. Another joke. Are you going to help me, little shark? Yes, I'm going to help you. Have you ever seen a shark cry? No? Me neither. But I've seen a whale blubber. Covered in spots. And we're still talking about sharks. Sharks have rough, tough skin. Some sharks have plain skin, all one color. Some have colors on top, colors on bottom. Some have spots, and some have stripes. And here in the book we see the picture of a leopard shark, and he has spots. Are you scary? Most of the time I'm kind of silly, and sometimes I can be scary. This guy, when I take off his hammerhead, he becomes just like the one in the book. Just like the one in the book. I am not scary as I look. Sharks like eating fish, not people. We like to be left alone in the ocean home. So if we leave them alone in their home, we will not be hurt. That is the great white shark. Then there's this gentle giant shark in the ocean. A lot of people think he's the biggest one. Nope. This one is called the whale sharks, the biggest sharks, and they are very friendly sharks. Deep sea divers can swim along with them, and they can take pictures of them. And in the book you can see the ocean diver, and that ocean diver is about the same size of just his mouth. That lets you know how gigantic this shark is. Wow, he is a big shark. That's the whale shark. No wonder they call him a whale, huh? Sharks need help though. So scientists look after the sharks. They count them, they measure them, and they want to help them survive. That means stay healthy and keep living. Time for a joke. Are you ready? I need that little bit of this. How do you take a shark's temperature? Do you do it like this? You do it carefully. Run! Sharks could be dangerous. Now we're going to do a fun little tutorial. If you want to stay with me, we'll draw a shark. I hope you enjoyed story time today. Before I get started on how to draw a shark, I wanted to show you, you could also make your own shark puppet. Mine is stuck on a fork. And this one is just made out of a bunch of grocery store sacks and a marker and some tape and some paper. So be creative and see what you can do. You can use a sock and make one. Use some toys in your room. You don't even have to be all sharks. This is a quick tutorial. I sketched it out quickly. But first of all, on a piece of paper or a whiteboard, just draw yourself a straight line. And pretend it's kind of a letter J maybe that fell over, or you just kind of turn the corner and stop a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to draw a line going in and back out. It kind of looks like a letter V, doesn't it? All right, and then we're going to take that line and extend it back. Extend it back. Let's go pretty far with that back. Okay, let's come back up to the top line and let's give that shark that fin on his back top. Kind of arches back. It's kind of like an uppercase A, kind of sharp. And then let's continue that line going back. And he has another small fin towards the end of his body. And he also has two small fins down here. So let's go ahead and draw two little fins going out towards his tail. And his tail, we might as well go ahead and arch out from the bottom. And we're not quite done, so we'll just kind of make a U shape and connect that. That would be his tail. Now his fins off the sides are kind of like airplane wings. And then we'll come back to the bottom of his mouth and his underside. We're going to stop at that fin. Go one back. And that way he's two-colored. And the eyes are pretty small up here. You could do a little nose hole if you want. Don't forget his gills, his breathing gills. And of course those sharp teeth, they can be all different sizes. And he has many rows of teeth because they lose teeth every day. And that's how you draw a shark. Enjoy having fun.